Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we are doing the last in the series for September love readings, and today is all about Sagittarius. Alright, brothers and sisters, I know I make y'all wait, but you are my sign, and I just like to do Sagittarius often at the end of the series because it's hard to read for your own sign. And so let's just get right into it, Sagittarius, all right? We want to get a clear message for our beautiful Sagittariuses, all right? We want warning signs, affirmations, reaffirmations, all right? And I want a clear message for the Sagittarius that are tuning into this video to make sure that it resonates with as many of you as possible, irregardless of myself being a Sagittarius, all right? Chemistry. That is beautiful though, right? Chemistry's come out for a few of the reading. Give your relationship a chance. We're going to pull one more. And we have attraction. Oh, these are nice cards for a love reading, Sagittarius. All right, very, very nice cards. So let's get right into your spread. We're not going to know what it's all about until we pull out your 9-card spread. I love this spread for looking into deeper issues because of the aspect of the cards. The 3x3 grid is a beautiful spread because you have a timeline, you have a progression of events, you have a conscious level, a subconscious level, the center of the reading, and then you have corner aspects and side aspects, which can indicate relationships between the cards, and this is why I love this spread so much. Let's get right into it, Sagittarius. Pull out your cards for September in the area of love 2019. Oof, Hierophant pops out. I'm going to put it right back in. Alright, Sagittarius. Alright, we have death. Straight out. Total transformation. The devil. Wow. And 8 of Swords. Shit. Oh my God. Whew. This seems like very toxic on the surface, right? It seems quite scary, but it's actually not that scary at all. It's not that toxic at all. It actually indicates a departure from toxicity, but we'll get into it. We have the King of Wands, and there's your transformation, your fire. There's your power struggle with the 5 of Wands, Sagittarius. And here we have Judgment. There's your release of guilt. All right, interesting. Now, we have your King of Cups. There's your lover coming in. And there you are, King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. And Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. So on the surface, it looks quite ominous, right? With death and devil and the 8 of Swords, which is the great gaslighting card. But we're going to get right into it. I'm going to tell you why this is actually a very nice reading. Queen of Pentacles, right? One of my favorite queens because she's come from nothing. So this indicates overall, underneath of all of this, we have this energy of working for something that you want to manifest. You want to bring this into reality. This is also working towards a certain abundance level, a status level where you can really enjoy your life. All right, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body physically, taking care of your physical environment, right? All right, so we have chemistry. Give your relationship a chance and attraction. And the first row came out and was like, wow. But what do we have here in essence? Death. Death is a beautiful card because with it comes full transformation on all levels. It means that from wherever you're coming from, Sagittarius, everything is about to change in a very huge and fundamental way. Physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, everything is about to take a full kind of transformational leap. It could be that your abundance increases. It could be that your love connection increases. But there is a very real sweeping change from before. This can issue in sort of a stage of your life now right? Death usually comes in after a period of a lot of shadow work, right? So death coming in at the top of the reading indicates, Sagittarius, that you have been doing the shadow work. And September really kicks off with the manifestation of that, with all these sweeping changes. And now you have the devil energy coming in, highly creative. Devil energy is Capricorn energy. It is extremely creative. It is also the second 5. The first 5 is the Hierophant, right? So the Hierophant is the highest sort of embodiment or symbol for the divine on earth in that sense. Well, here and you have two figures that sort of I don't want to say worship, but pay homage to the Hierophant, right? Prostrate themselves in front of the Hierophant in a way of humbleness, right? Here we have kind of something similar, though, in the 15 with the devil. The devil is also at the center. We have two people, but now they're chained. They're enslaved. They're enslaved by their passions. And that's the flip side of such highly creative energy, because creative energy comes from sexual passion. It comes from that second chakra that's in the pelvic bowl, that's associated with the reproductive organs, the Kundalini energy. That is the essence of where creative energy and potential comes from. However, it has the potential for being distorted when it's not connected to a higher purpose or a higher spiritual purpose. When it is connected, you have great works of art and great examples of creativity that come out of mankind. But when it is not connected, it can distort and it can seek out satisfaction elsewhere, and this is how we get codependency, and we get behavior that is associated with deviance and the devil and being negative or harmful in some way, okay? So the devil card is very misunderstood. But on the heels of this, death comes in a high level of creativity with this devil energy, a high level of carnal sort of passion. You also, I want to say, probably right now are going through maybe a sexual release as well, Sagittarius. Some of you are changing a lot. This death is also bringing about its sweeping changes in all areas of your life and yourself. And for some of you, you may be walking a darker side. Now, we're not talking about evil, but we're talking about things that are taboo, right? Walking the line between what is now considered taboo. This could be sexual behavior, sexual partners. You may be experimenting. All right, because all of this is coming on the heels of a high level of creative essence, which is inherent in it is a sense of sexuality, sensuality, heightened. Basically, you're turned on, right? A heightened sense of all of that, right? Comes along with a high level of creativity. Just take care, because at times like this, you have to take care to remain connected to the spiritual, remain connected to your heart's desire, so that your intention is always pure and along the path of creative energy, and not then veering off the path to what would then be sort of a quick satisfaction, a quick fix, and then we get into codependency. But there's no indication of codependency anywhere here, right? So it just indicates this kind of increase in sexual, it could be an increase of sexual self-esteem as well, and confidence, right? So for some of you who have maybe been struggling with that, that's going to come in as well. Interestingly enough, you have the 8 of Swords. So somebody in your life is certainly playing the victim. They're going to be playing the victim in your life. It could be that oftentimes it's so funny, because this 8 of Swords is my great gaslighter card, right? This is the person who alienates themselves from everyone around them by their very restricted thinking, their very outdated thinking and behavior. They're not expansive. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to hear anybody else's opinions. They're very, very constricted and restricted in a lot of ways. And so they become alienated from everyone around them. And then they become indignant about that alienation and blame everyone else around them because nobody wants to be with them, right? So this is why I call this my great gaslighter card, my victim card. But it's interesting because whenever we go through a change and a heightened level of creativity or we pull love in. But whenever the death card is on deck, or even the Tower card is on deck, oftentimes this character will suddenly pop up in the reading. And this usually indicates that whenever we go through like positive changes, no matter how intense they may seem on the surface, they are indeed positive changes. There's always some kind of negative energy out there, individual in your life, who will almost feed on that. They'll realize that it's like you light up like a beacon in the night, because your energy, begins to vibrate a little bit higher, and people who are energy suckers will attract to that. So whenever you go through these kind of changes, invariably this type of person who may have left your life will always try to come back into your life and try their antics again, and you can just really ignore them, to be honest with you. There you are, King of Wands coming in. This is you, right? You're feeling right on top of things. You're really kind of, this change, right, has kind of certainly elevated you into now really being in control of the narrative of your life. You've leveled up. It could be that you have gone through some really difficult times previous. You did the shadow work, and now the changes that are coming in are certainly, they're leveling you up to a kingly status, because your abundance may be increasing, your influence may be increasing, right? Everything is coming sort of favorably in, right? You start to be the master of certain things that you were maybe at the mercy of before, right? Certainly there's a level of abundance and achievement, right? You reach a certain level of achievement here with the King of Wands as well. This is not gender specific. This can be for a female. I often identify with King of Wands, okay? So this is, please remember, folks, the tarot is not gender specific. It's all about energies, and we, each of us, have a version of these cards that we've either experienced or in us. We both have the male and female, masculine and feminine energy in us. But King of Wands is when you are... the Queen is the one who goes through like heavy transformation. She's very guarded. But the King takes more proactive role in his life. The Queen of Wands is still kind of sitting back, and she kind of waits before she makes her move. The King of Wands is a very forward-moving, fiery energy. And he takes control of his life. He sets out on new territory. He's the one who's going to speak out. He's not going to wait to be heard. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas the Queen is kind of different in that way. King of Wands is fire of fire. Kings are always fire. Wands is fire. So we're talking about the utmost of fire here. The person who has the highest ambition. And of course, this creative energy that's coming in that can only... When the Devil card comes in like this, this is the highest card in the deck for creative potential and ability, right? The potential, the raw essence of it, right? Talent. This is the highest card in the deck for pure talent. Right? So whenever this comes in, it can also indicate that you are experiencing your talent. You're realizing what your talent is. And with the King of Wands, you're certainly establishing your authority in that. And so the abundance comes in. For some of you who may have started a new venture or project or business, this kind of establishment of your authority here it's just going to bring in more favorability. Interestingly enough, though, at the center of the reading this month, you do have a Five of Wands. So this is a power struggle. There is a power struggle of some sorts going on, either with you or around you. Okay, and it's quite interesting. It could be because of the circumstances of all of the changes. Again, it's interesting. This is also one of the cards that will oftentimes come in when anyone is going through a lot of change. When anyone is going through like a death or a tower moment, or sometimes when the Queen of Wands shows up, which can indicate a really far-reaching inner transformation in terms of yourself, right, and how you see yourself, and how you evolve. Five of Wands will come out. Why? Because again, it's indicative of people who are unhappy with your success. that you're vibrating higher can tend to make them feel more antagonistic, and you get a lot of competition and bickering. 5 of Wands is one-upmanship. It's when everybody is jockeying for position, right? It's very, very competitive. Sometimes this can happen as well, certainly when you are kind of coming into a King of Wands situation and sort of establishing your influence, establishing your sort of dominance in a way, your authority, really. Establishing your authority, there will be people who kind of come for you. So just take care. This can also be if you're in the public eye or doing public media stuff, you could be getting trolled. You're right. That may increase as your public media presence increases. The aggravation kind of increases. And so this is at the center of the reading. It just indicates that September is going to be quite difficult for that. And it could be quite a lot of it. You can handle it, though. Absolutely. And judgment comes in to let you know that, don't take on any of this nonsense here. Judgment is all about how we see ourselves and the guilt that we put on ourselves as a response. And that lets you know not to take on any of this, right? This kind of bickering, this one-upmanship. You're not, don't take that on. Don't take responsibilities on, or don't take a judgment on from other people that is not applicable to you, right? Now my cat's crying. I am so sorry about the background noise. My cat's like going ballistic. But judgment is talking about letting go and freeing yourself. And I would advise anybody who's kind of dealing with this kind of energy in September, certainly if you're dealing with social media, as so many people are, or like an online presence, and you're kind of getting a lot of power struggle there, a lot of aggravation there, and also in your personal life, in your real life, I would say, not your virtual online life. The best way to handle it, if that is the case, is to just walk away from it. If it's online, delete it. Block them, delete them, hide them, do whatever you can to get that kind of negativity away from your space. Try not to feed into it or come up against it, because ultimately that's just going to perpetuate the misery that comes along with it. As soon as you have anything that makes you feel awkward or funny, just ignore it. You don't have to let everything in. There's nothing out there that says that, to be a good and strong spiritual individual, you have to absolutely take everybody's bullshit. That is bullshit. You know what I mean? You don't have to take anything. You don't have to be open to everyone's opinion. If someone's opinion of you or someone's comment of you makes you feel bad, or makes you, just doesn't make you feel good or upsets you in some kind of way, you don't owe them anything. You can block that person. You can hide that person. You can say that they're not allowed to comment. A lot of us forget that these spaces that we have out there, they are your spaces just because you have them in the public domain. They are your spaces, and you do have a right to sort of keep negativity away from you. But just take care with judgment coming in that you certainly don't internalize any of this negativity around you. And of course, you have a beautiful, beautiful relationship coming in. Right now, this is a relationship for some of you that may have just started before September, or it is in September that you guys absolutely cement the relationship and commit to each other. How more perfect could this be? King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Now, this came through for another reading. I forget which one it was. It may have been Scorpio, or it may have been Virgo. But it is a beautiful, beautiful love connection. I believe it was actually for Scorpio. King of Cups and Queen of Cups came up. And this is just, what can I say? For some of you, you are absolutely resonating with the King of Cups, and for some of you, you are absolutely resonating with the Queen of Cups. But whatever the case may be, you have found your perfect mate. And this month is the month where you absolutely cement that relationship. You commit to that relationship in a very public way, in a very tender and honest way, right? You really come together. It's like one of those things, like your whole social circle now knows that you guys are together. It's you two, and forever, ever, it will be like that. It's one of those type of things. And you move forward with Knight of Pentacles. You move forward just like with opportunity to increase your abundance. It's like the beginning of a whole new sort of, I want to say like ambition for your life in a way, because now this is such, whenever you have the court cards come together like this, and if it was wands it would be the same, or swords it would be the same, but certainly with cups we're talking about a deep love connection, because this is what the cups are about. These two court cards are all about exchanging affection and love with each other. But whenever we have the court cards come together like that, we're talking about the type of relationship that can be a power couple relationship, a relationship where both of you increase each other's abundance and ability to live life to the fullest. We all know, and I've had friends who've had those kind of dynamics, right? The one that they've been together forever, right? Or everybody knows when they met that they were going to be together, or they're the ones that everyone, you know, they put on the parties, they put on the events, where one is, the other one isn't far behind. It's one of those type of relationships where you guys love being with each other. You love sharing your social group. You share kind of even how you make your money. You know, you support each other that way. And so this Knight of Pentacles is almost like the beginning of this whole, in a very physical way, of this connection. It could be that you guys decide to end up moving in together or living together. You certainly start to take a very long and methodical road towards your ambition and your abundance and new opportunities to come in for the both of you as a couple and separately. It's very, very positive. I mean, it's interesting because the Knight of Pentacles is almost walking out of the reading and forward into the future. So it just indicates how you guys will be going from one sort of abundance to the next. Interestingly enough as well, up here you have, look, the Death card is so similar to the Knight of Pentacles in the way, as in the way a lot of the other Knights are in the traditional deck, but it's almost as if Death has come in to make this sweeping change in your life. You begin this kind of new level in your life, this new creative level. You let go of all of this kind of whatever left over kind of negativity, or I want to say past relationship, whatever kind of toxicity that was left over from past relationships or encounters. It's kind of like you sweep all of that and deal with all of that this month. Like you neutralize all that karma in a way, because you go forward so clearly with this Knight of Pentacles in such a clear and pure way with this relationship. It's almost as if you kind of sweep away any lingering doubt or darkness from anything that you had before, Sagittarius, and you move into your future. This is a beautiful love reading for September. If it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. We're going to stop right there for the YouTube video. If you want to go deeper into the reading, you can follow me on Patreon, where I'm going to be pulling 9 Thoth cards to clarify these 9 cards and a couple of oracles to see how to move forward in the month. But if you're stopping here, thank you so much. And don't forget to check me out for the mid-month love check-in. But for right now, Sagittarius, this is a gorgeous reading, a beautiful month of finding a soulmate for you, and I do wish you all the best. Bye-bye now.